Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and this is the Not So Serious Keto video podcast. I'm going to start this podcast talking about Perfect Keto for a few minutes on a couple of different topics. The first of which is the commercial that I did for them. I finally saw it. I'm not sure, it might have been on Instagram. I've got YouTube Premium, so I don't see any of the YouTube ads, but I saw the ad, and it's weird. It's weird. Even though I'm so used to seeing myself on YouTube and I'm used to seeing myself, hours and hours of editing to get, a 10-minute video together. But to see your face and hear your voice in someone else's content, it's sort of a weird thing. And it's also kind of weird. I recorded, I think, it was 10 to 15 minutes worth of content for them to use in their commercial, which they then carved down into like 15 seconds. And it kind of reminded me of Monsters, Inc. when Mike Wazowski, is that his last name? When he's going to be on the cover of Monsters Magazine or Monsters Today or Monster Week or whatever it is. And you see Sully all big on the cover. And then Mike, his face is covered with the barcode or UPC code or whatever it is. And he's still just thrilled. That's kind of the way I am on this commercial. It was a tiny little chunk of me. They edited out a ton of my stuff, but still, it was kind of cool. On the subject of the Beauty Plus Sleep Collagen, I had a couple of viewers tell me that it did not work for them, or it worked completely the opposite way for them. And one of them realized it's because that she's got a magnesium reaction. And as a result, instead of magnesium being a calming thing, it's sort of an agitating or exciting thing. Anyhow, she let me know about that, and that's why I'm letting some of you know about it. If the product doesn't work for you, it could be because of a reaction to the magnesium. Anyhow, this woman further let me know that she contacted Perfect Keto, and without hesitation, they issued her a refund. She didn't have to send the product back or anything. So if you find that you have an issue, this is one of the reasons I do business with Perfect Keto and promote them to a degree, is because of their customer service. Yeah, they charge a lot of money for their products, but their customer service is absolutely top-notch. I hear it again and again from my viewers. So if you have a problem with one of their products, don't keep it to yourself. Go to them, they'll take care of you. Another question/comment that I've been getting from people is either the disappointment that the mac and cheese was not available from Perfect Keto during the Memorial Day sale, or wanting to know, when is it going to be available again? And the answer to that is today. And Perfect Keto wanted me to do a promo type video for that today, but I get tired of shifting around my podcast for them on a regular basis. So instead, I'll just tell you right now, it's available today. They're doing another sale. It's a tiered sale. It tops out at 30% off if you buy 4 or more items. I'll link to it down in the description below with the details, the link, all that. It's automatically applied at checkout. But this kind of goes to another point that I make when I talk about Perfect Keto and their prices. Never buy from them unless there's a sale. I'm sorry, Perfect Keto. I just got to tell people that. And they have sales often enough that you shouldn't have to ever buy from them when something isn't on sale. So we had the Memorial Day sale. Now we've got this sort of celebration of the release of the mac and cheese sale. I promise you there's going to be one on the 4th of July. So don't buy from them unless it's on sale. And then when it is on sale, stock up. That's what I do. But back for a second to the commercial that I did. I had a couple of people call me a sellout for doing that. And that kind of cracks me up, because I think a sellout is someone who promotes a product that they themselves don't use and they don't believe in. I sometimes wonder, does Matthew McConaughey actually drive a Lincoln Navigator? I don't know. He seems pretty comfortable in it. But I use the Beauty Plus Sleep product. I use it daily. I love the stuff. So to me, if I'm talking about something that I love and that I use, I don't think I'm a sellout. Just my opinion. Anyhow, that's enough on Perfect Keto. Let's move on, shall we? I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago that Amazon had reached out to me and asked if I wanted to start doing Amazon Live, which it's completely unrelated to YouTube. It's just, if sometimes you go out to the Amazon homepage and there'll be like this little home shopping network or QVC type of thing with some sort of content creator or influencer talking about products or showing off products, or I don't know what I would be doing, because my Amazon contact, first she canceled the meeting with me. She told me she was sick or her internet was out or something like that. And we rescheduled for a few days later, and then she told me that she got a different job. So right now I have no Amazon contact, and I don't know if I'll be doing Amazon Live. Additionally, my YouTube contact, my YouTube liaison, coach, whatever you want to call her, she got a different job at Google. So right now I'm kind of all by myself, just moving on. And this is, I think, one of the reasons why I should keep things to myself, even when I'm excited about stuff that's coming up, because lots of times, due to unforeseen circumstances, things just don't fall into place. Problem is, it's tough. I mean, I get excited about some of these things. In fact, I'll probably tell you some stuff before the end of this podcast I'm excited about too. All right, so I'm not going to make you wait real long for some of the stuff that I'm excited to tell you about. The first of which is talking more about giveaways. I did a giveaway just last week. It was probably, I don't know, $300 worth of various keto products. And let me congratulate the winner. I'll scooch over here. It's Kathy Cobb. She was the one that got lucky and was picked by the YouTube comment picker. So congratulations to Kathy. I will be doing, I don't know if it'll be on a monthly basis, maybe every 6 weeks, something like that, some sort of giveaway. There's going to be a fairly big one. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. So the Levels Health program. So this is the continuous glucose monitor that I use and then do the testing with. That is not an inexpensive subscription service. The first month of that, because you've got to go through the whole prescription process and you got to get the 2 continuous glucose monitors and the software and all that stuff. First month, I think it's $400. After that, it goes down. I don't know if it's $200 or what, but it's the sort of thing that it's geared towards sort of a niche group that really wants a very thorough understanding of their metabolic health and what impacts it, from exercise to how they eat to how they sleep, just pretty much everything that goes on through their day, so they can learn how to control their blood glucose and, by way of that, their overall metabolic health. I will, before the end of this summer, be giving away a 1-month subscription to that, to one of my viewers. So that's one of the ones that's coming up. I also suspect that when my flavor of Keto Chow is released, and I've been told by Chris Bear that it has gone into production, I'll probably have to do some sort of a giveaway on that as well. And then, of course, I'll continue to do the big gift bags and things like that. I've also acquired a handful of brand new pogo whisks. The high quality one that I use, not the cheap ones that break really easily that very often are on Amazon. So I'll probably give away a couple of those as well in the near term. And by near term, I mean before the end of the summer. Now, it's the struggle that I have with the giveaways, and I'm kind of conflicted on them. First, let's talk about the bad. The bad is every single time I do it, somebody tries to be an imposter, a scammer. They contact users or viewers with a picture of me, and then either WhatsApp they'll say contact me via WhatsApp, or contact me. This time it was a thing called Telegram Me. First, it's frustrating just because I have to go and delete all these comments. And even when I proactively let people know, be aware, this is a scammer, they're going to try and reach out to you. You'll know when it's me. It's not going to be, one of these apps that I'm going to have you contact me with. But they contact people and they say, give me a credit card number for shipping, and then they'll charge you $1,000 for shipping. I actually had a viewer had this happen to him. Fortunately, his credit card company fixed it for him, but it just, besides the administrative aspect of me having to clean it up and deal with the comments from people that then try and contact me. They email me, they direct message me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever and say, hey, you told me that I won, and I have to let them know they didn't win. That kind of sucks. But what really, really bothers me is that there are people out there that are just such scumbags that they would try and take advantage of people this way. I like to generally have a pretty favorable view of humanity. It gets hard though from time to time, especially with situations like this. I'm trying to do something good and fun for my viewers, and then I get one of these assholes that shows up and tries to mess it all up. Sorry for the language, but that's what frustrates me about running these giveaways. Now, what I like about the giveaways and why I will continue to do them is it's a fun way to interact with all of you, and I'm guessing from the comments that you enjoy it as well. In terms of the comments, when I say just leave a comment, any comment, I wasn't expecting the outpouring of affection that I got. It really, if you are a YouTube content creator and you want to feel good about yourself, you want to get cheered up, run a giveaway and tell people to leave a comment, because you'll get a lot of nice comments, I think. So that felt really good. I appreciate that you enjoy what I do and that you let me know. That does mean a lot to me, so thank you. Staying on the subject of YouTube content creation, Dennis from Black Tie Kitchen sent me an email that referenced a survey that was done by a group called Mighty Network or Mighty Networks. They surveyed 1,500 YouTube content creators, and there were a couple of bullet points in there that I found kind of interesting. 93% of the respondents say that being a YouTube content creator has had a negative impact on their life. I would like to know how the actual question was phrased. I think that would be important. I think I'd also like to know what the demographics are. How did they sample? How did they come up with their 1,500? What type of channels were they? What type of subscriber base did they have, and so forth. I think that would be interesting information. But most of all, I would like to know how that question was phrased. Was it, do you experience any negative impact in your life from being a content creator? That's one way you could ask it. You could ask it, has being a content creator negatively impacted your life? Or on the whole, do you feel that being a content creator has negatively impacted your life? There's sort of three different ways I can think of to ask that might get a different answer. If you're asking, has it ever negatively impacted my life? Yeah, it probably does so on a daily basis. But as a fraction of my day, most of it is wonderful. Most of it is great. Most of my interactions with all of you are wonderful, and I wouldn't give it up. But I would be curious, like I said, to know more about that question. Let's see, there's another one here. 65% of respondents said they feel overworked and underpaid. And that's sort of an interesting thought process. I mean, everybody, I think, thinks they're overworked and underpaid to some degree. But if you're a content creator, I think you're kind of determining your own schedule as much as you can. You're determining how often you release videos. Of course, YouTube and advertisers are going to determine how much you make, and viewers also. The more viewers you have, the more you're going to make. But I think that kind of goes back to something that I say whenever anybody asks me if they should be a YouTube content creator. And I respond, if you're getting into it for the money, you're getting into it for the wrong reasons. You got to do it because you have a passion. And maybe that passion pays off at some point. But not initially, not for a very long time. And I don't know that I'm still to the point that I would say that it's paid off after 3 years. But, it's getting there. And what drives me is the fact that I love doing it. So anyhow, it was an interesting survey. Just thought I would share those results with you. This next subject doesn't start out like serious keto, but it does get there. So if you bear with me, I've talked about becoming an empty nester. And it happened a couple of weeks ago. Connor and Jaden and Colton moved out to their own place. And it's been, I guess, bittersweet. I don't know, bittersweet is the right word. I'm mildly conflicted. On the one hand, I miss them. I miss having them around. Especially I miss Colton. But we still get Colton 2 days of the week. He's over here all day long. So, and then, he's thrilled to see us. I think we kind of get into that absence makes the heart grow fonder sort of thing. Everything else about it, though, has been wonderful. It is more peaceful around here. You know, I adore Connor, but the kid is a heel walker, and he goes through the house, it's just thump, 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 thump. It is so much more quiet here. Guess what else I don't hear right now? I don't hear the washing machine and dryer. We're not doing laundry 24/7 anymore. It'll be interesting to see what my utility bills look like in another month. But the biggest thing is just the amount of free time that I have, and especially that I have with my wife, Terry. We have spent more time together in the last 2 weeks than we have in the last 3 years, excluding the 25th anniversary trip that we made to Kohler. It's been great. I mean, we do stuff together. We go on errands together, and we walk and hold hands, and we don't feel rushed or pressured or anything like that. Oh, we got to hurry up. We got to hurry up because we got to get home and we got to do this or that. It has changed the pace of our lives, and it has changed our relationship so much for the better. I've mentioned in the past that, we were married for a couple of years, and then we kind of quit being husband and wife and became parenting partners. And we were just on the edge of being done with being parenting partners and ready to do that empty nest, become husband and wife thing again. And, then wound up having a grandson, which I don't regret at all. It's great. I mean, things work out the way they're supposed to work out. And now they're working out in a way that I'm really enjoying it. We're having a great time. And we're having a great time just doing stuff like cleaning house. We've been going room by room. This is something that's been on my to-do list for 3 years, which is we need to go room by room. And if you're familiar with lean and continuous improvement, basically 5S every room. So top to bottom, go through, clean, organize, sort, get rid of stuff, repurpose it, recycle it, give it to charity, whatever it is. And we've done a few rooms so far. We did our garage. Our garage looks brand new. It looks great. And then we hit the downstairs sort of pantry, which is basically it's overflow from Costco that we can't fit into the kitchen pantry, as well as a bunch of keto product. We did that. It's been cool. It's been neat. And Terry's excited about it. I'm excited about it. The other big thing I talk about free time is the ability to start working more videos, working more recipes. That is huge to me. And in fact, last week, I really started to get ahead of the game for the first time in a long time. The cooking video that I released on Friday, which was the cauliflower hummus, I actually had that done 5 days early. So my paid viewers, the paid members, they got to see that in advance. My hope is that I can get to the point that I'm like a month ahead in terms of content creation, that I've got a month of backlog. That way, if I'm ever sick or I want to go on a vacation or something like that, I can do that. And what I think is probably going to happen, and this is the Steve being excited again, we'll see if it happens. I hope. My goal is that I start moving to 2 cooking videos per week, probably Tuesday and Friday. We'll keep likely the Monday podcast, which is going to vary in format. It will be probably twice a month. It'll be me talking. Once a month, it'll be interviews. And once a month, it'll be an episode of Pragmatic Keto where I take one keto topic and cover that exclusively. Wednesdays will continue to be product reviews. And then what I would like to do, assuming views are where they need to be and that I can kind of support myself on this channel, I'll likely move the 30-day challenge videos over to my other channel, Lean Body Mind, and I want to start creating actual Lean Body Mind content over there as well. So how to incorporate continuous improvement, process excellence into your day-to-day life. I overestimated my abilities when I initially kicked that channel off about a year ago, but now I think I potentially have the bandwidth. But I think that's going to be it for this week's podcast. If you have some ideas for podcast topics, I'd be curious to hear about them. Sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle for me to come up with 20 minutes of material on any given week. So if there's a topic you'd like to have me address, let me know down in the comments below. And in the meanwhile, thanks for watching or listening.